Many people think building a list of prospects for cold outbound campaigns is very complex and it takes forever, it's annoying, and if you buy a list, it's just rubbish. Half of these people already don't work in the specified companies. The details are outdated and not accurate. Have you ever tried to purchase an email list? Leave your feedback in the comment. In this video, I'll share tips and tricks to build your own email list for cold outbound campaigns from scratch by yourself for free. You can use it to start B2B outbound email campaigns to find clients and partnerships for your product and services. I'm Carolina Bon. I have been in cold sales for tech for over 10 years and generated thousands of B2B leads to close deals and find partnerships all over the world. I'll share a basic approach how to do it and some useful tools for B2B lead generation. So the first step, choose your target audience, types of companies that will likely be keen to buy your product or services. Ideally, choose the ones that you have already experience with. Your product or services already help someone like them with their pain or business test. Make the group as narrow as possible to personalize your copy. I'll speak about copy in my next videos. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel. If you're just starting and not sure what to choose, try to come up with an idea of types of businesses who are very likely to be interested. Then start building a list. You can do it in any CRM system that you're already using. My favorite ones are ActiveCampaign, HubSpot, or you can use this one for free called Fizzy. You go to fizzy.me. Adding a new deal takes literally seconds. You press add and then you can add comments, and whenever you're done, you just press close. A good thing about it is that it automatically shows you the last time any sales action was done to this contact. So if you didn't follow up with some prospects for 2 days, it will automatically remind you to get in contact with them again. Or you can use like a Google Drive spreadsheet if you plan to add the list in some automation software like Mailshake, HubSpot, or set up an automation with Gmail account. Please leave your feedback in the comment what your favorite tools for automation are. I'll use a Google spreadsheet as an example because it's the easiest and fastest one. So let's start with the company name. So how you can come up with a list of companies after you made a decision about your target audience. You can use standard methods like LinkedIn or Crunchbase, where you can filter a company by certain criteria. As I was mainly in sales for tech products, I also use some extra tools, for example, Nerdy Data and Public www, where you can specify a piece of code that is used on their website and it gives you a list of websites that are using it. So for example, if you're targeting companies based on a specific criteria, here I'd use a call tracking service provider. It does not necessarily mean that it should be your competitor. For example, companies that use call tracking run a lot of different marketing campaigns and paid ads campaigns, so they're interested in analyzing them and dividing them into different phone numbers. So they also have sales reps who process these calls. So basically having a call tracking tool on your website gives a lot of information about the company and their processes. So if you're trying to sell a product that is complementary to any of these, something for analyzing marketing campaigns, paid ads, something useful for a sales team, but check that it's already not included in the product that they are using. You can come up with an idea of a potential tool that they could use on the website that would mean that they fit under your criteria. Then you add the websites to the second column and start with the decision maker. So the first decision maker position, please think twice here and consider trying out 2 or 3 different positions in the same company, because if you start an outbound email campaign and it fails, but you only tried one decision maker from each company, you cannot be sure about the results. So I know a lot of entrepreneurs and startup owners always think that the decision about purchasing their product is only made at C-level. So they try to target co-founders, head of operations, or C-level specialists like chief marketing officer and others, while in a lot of cases, a position under them or people who will actually be using the product are more interested, and they can be decision makers or they can propose using a specific product within their companies. So make sure to include 2 or 3 different positions. It's also very easy to do on LinkedIn. You can go to a business page of the company and see everyone who works there and choose a decision maker that is most likely to be considering your product. Then you can add links to their LinkedIn profile if you decide to follow them up on LinkedIn with cold messages as well. If you decide to try a paid tool called Rocket Reach, you can easily export a list of email addresses based on LinkedIn profiles links. If you don't want to use it and want to try and find the emails for free, you can use these tools. For example, Hunter. You enter a domain and it shows you all the email addresses. Or Norbert, you can get some free credits at the beginning, and then I think if you run out of them you need to buy a full version, but you can return to Hunter and it gives you a template. So the most email addresses are formed in the same way. For example, first name dot last name, or the first letter of the first name and then the last name. So you can guess. If you know at least one email address from a company, you can guess the rest email addresses. And if you know the first name and the last name of your prospect, you can get the idea and guess the address. After you guess them or find them in any other way, you need to verify them using Never Bounce or any other verifying tool and see if you guessed right and these email addresses actually exist. So this is a basic approach. It's very easy and very fast. You can do it yourself anytime, or you can delegate it to any of your team member, and it provides you super targeted contact for your cold emails campaigns. Please let me know if this video was useful to you and what your biggest challenges are regarding B2B sales.